Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs class. I hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to cover 8th and 9th April CA. Please confirm, is the audio and video good? Very good morning. Please confirm, is the audio and video good? Everything is fine? All right, so let's begin with the class. Just a second. The first segment, ESI, Finance and Business News. Let's see what do we have. So the first news is Tamil Nadu sets a new high with 6.69% of growth. So this is highest among all these states. If you see real economic growth rate, that means real GDP. And you already know the difference between real and nominal GDP, right? Real GDP की अगर हम बात करें, which is measured on the constant prices, which is base year's price. So real GDP for Tamil Nadu has been recorded at 9.69%, 9.69% for 24-25, which marks the highest in the country, right? And that is real GDP, not the nominal GDP. So no impact of inflation, right? It is directly coming from rise in production. You know the difference between real and nominal GDP. So this is the news coming from Tamil Nadu. Constant prices पे calculate होता है. You already know that the base year for national income calculation is 2011-12. Nothing else is to be remembered from here. You just remember this much, right? 9.69%. Next news is Minister Piyush Goyal has launched a startup helpline. तो अभी number नहीं आया है, but इन्होंने notify कर दिया है, right? So the Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal, has launched a dedicated Startup India Desk helpline number. ये किस लिए है? This is for the emerging entrepreneurs in India. They can access this helpline to take help regarding any startup idea or entrepreneurial activities, right? So it will be set up through the DPIIT, which is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. It would be a 4-digit toll-free number, right? And he has also informed that the second fund of funds for startups would provide early stage financial support for new entrepreneurs. एक fund of funds भी they will be setting up. Fund of funds क्या होता है? Fund of funds is like fund of funds has been established. It would be giving fund to startups and that they would be investing it. तो fund of funds का जो concept है, they do not directly invest, right? They invest in say funds, and then funds would be investing in a startup. So this is fund of funds. The fund of funds with a corpus of 10,000 crores has been approved, and 2,000 crore will be disbursed to the Small Industries Development Bank of India. तो remember, fund of funds कैसे काम करता है? आप जैसे directly कोई fund है, वो startup में invest कर रहा है, तो उसके ऊपर there will be a layer. This is fund of funds. It will be investing into a fund, and that would be giving the fund to the startups. This is how it would be set up. So a corpus of 10,000 crore rupees has been approved, and 2,000 crore will be disbursed to the CGB. Next is release of publication, which is Women and Men in India 2024 Selected Indicators and Data. So this publication has been there. Women and Men in India 2024 Selected Indicators and Data. What does this publication say? So first of all, the publication is coming from Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, MOSPI, Government of India, right? Now, highlights are, first point, primary and higher secondary levels have consistent high GPI, which is Gender Parity Index. Primary and higher secondary education में the gender parity index is improving. Consistently, it has been higher. That shows कि gender जो parity है in the primary and higher secondary levels is improving. Then the LPFR, which is your labor force, LFPR होगा, labor force participation rate in usual status for ages 15 years and above has improved from 49.8% to 60.1%. Women, again, it is saying own 39.2% of all the bank accounts and contribute to 39.7% of total deposits. Remember, तो जितने भी bank accounts हैं उसमें 39.2% is being owned by women and they are contributing 39.7% of total deposits. Okay, these are certain highlights from the publication of MOSPI. You can remember this much only, not all the data has to be remembered from this. Next news says, the ACME group targets 10,000 crore from solar manufacturing by 2030. So your ACME group aims to generate 10,000 crore rupees in revenue from solar module and cell manufacturing by 2030. Solar module as well as cell manufacturing by 2030. And what is this ACME? This is Gurgaon or Gurugram based company and has invested rupees 230 crores in 1.2 gigawatt solar module manufacturing facility in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Right, and the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has included ACME in its approved list of models and manufacturers for this purpose. So that's why it is important. अच्छा, इसमें इस list में approval होने से what is the benefit to the company? It allows the company to bid for government projects, SECI tenders, rooftop installations, कुसुम schemes. तो government के जितने भी schemes हैं उनके under tenders it can bring in. ठीक है, इस list में approval के बाद ACME is that's why important because now it would be able to participate in the government tenders and schemes related to solar installations etc. तो आपको ध्यान रखना है, recently इसने 230 crores invest किए हैं 1.2 gigawatts of solar module manufacturing facility in Jaipur. Next thing is Indian Yoga Association joins hands with Ministry of Ayush for International Day of Yoga 2025. Indian Yoga Association ने कोलैब किया है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष के साथ for the grand celebration of International Yoga Day, in which 10 unique signature events will be there, okay, to mark the 11th edition of International Yoga Day. What are these 10 events? Yoga Sangam, where there will be a synchronized yoga demonstration at a lot of locations. Yoga Bandhan, where global partnerships will be there across 10 countries to have, yoga sessions. Yoga Parks, where they will be developing 1,000 yoga parks for long-term community engagement. Yoga Samavesh, Yoga Prabhav, Yoga Connect, Harit Yoga. Harit Yoga would be sustainability driven initiative combining yoga with tree planting. So Harit में क्या हो जाएगा? Yoga activities plus tree planting and cleanliness drive etc. Yoga Unplugged, Yoga Mahakumbh, Sama Yogam, a 100-day initiative where yoga will be integrated with modern healthcare. And out of all these, what you can remember, what is most important is the theme for 2025. This is very important fact. The theme is going to be yoga for one earth and one health. Yoga for one earth, one health. Okay. Yoga for one earth, one health. This is the theme. So remember this thing. Next is India's exports to US may decline by $5.76 billion due to high tariffs according to GTRI. So recently we have seen that US government has imposed 26% tariffs, right, across all goods coming from India. So that can see a decline. According to the Global Trade Research Initiative, India's merchandise exports to the US from sectors like marine items, gold, electricals and electronics. So these are the probable highly affected areas, right? Marine items, gold, electricals and electronics. They are expected to decline by $5.76 billion this year due to increased American duties. So this much is the value. Now moving on to regulatory news. First is credit card defaults up 28% last year, touched rupees 6,742 crores. Credit card defaults are on a rise. So according to the latest RBI data, the NPA or amount defaulted by customers in the credit card segment particularly has risen by 28.42%. 28.42%. Credit card defaults बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. It has risen by 28.42%, right, to rupees 6,742 crores during the 12-month period. So this is the data only, and this is recent data by RBI. So it can be important. You can remember that 28.42%. Next one is RBI keeps FPI investment cap unchanged for financial year 25-26. This can be important again. So remember, India's central bank has kept the investment limit unchanged for foreign portfolio investors in government and corporate bonds for the fiscal year 25-26. So how much can foreign portfolio investors invest into government securities and bonds? Like that limit has been kept unchanged. So let's see what is the limit. RBI has maintained the existing caps of 6%. Remember, what is the cap? 6% for the government securities. So FPI into government securities is 6%. FPI into state government securities is 2%, and 15% for corporate bonds. 15% into corporate bonds. Remember this thing, it can be very, very important, right? It is going to be starting from 1st April 2025. Time period and investment limits for April to September 2025, GSECs mein this much would be there. Corporate bonds mein this much. You need not remember all these figures. You at least remember the percentage, right? Not the absolute numbers. If you can remember the percentage, that would be good enough. So 6% for securities, 2% for state government securities, and 15% for corporate bonds. This is the limit which has been kept unchanged for the current fiscal year. Next is RBI to issue rupees 10, rupees 500 notes in new series bearing Governor Malhotra's signature, right? So as you know that the new RBI governor has been appointed. तो नए गवर्नर के सिग्नेचर के साथ these denominations which are rupees 10 and rupees 500 notes would be issued. They will be bearing the signatures of the new governor, who is Sanjay Malhotra, right? So this is the news. RBI will be issuing rupees 10 and rupees 500 denomination banknotes in the same Mahatma Gandhi series bearing the signature of new RBI governor Sanjay Malhotra. Rupees 10 and rupees 500. Now moving on to banking news segment. Let's see what do we have here. So first news is Axis Bank starts in-app mobile OTP to protect users from frauds and scams. एक्सिस बैंक ने अपना इन एप्लीकेशन OTP फैसिलिटी चालू की है टू प्रोटेक्ट दी कस्टमर्स फ्रॉम फ्रॉड्स. लेट्स सी व्हाट इज इट. So this is industry's first ever in-app mobile OTP feature on the mobile application, okay, of Axis Bank. Open, right? So the name is Open to enhance authentication, security and protect customers from rising OTP related frauds and scams. Now the feature eliminates dependence on telecom networks by generating time-based OTP directly within the app instead of sending OTP via SMS. So this is interesting, isn't it? Recently, जो अभी frauds हो रहे हैं क्या है? Anyone would send you OTP and they will ask you for OTP and you know कि OTP नहीं share करना होता है. But then if you are doing some transaction, OTP comes, you enter it, right? You never know from where is it coming if it is sent to your mobile number. So what Axis Bank has introduced is in application. So it would not require the telecom operators to send it separately via your registered mobile number. It would be generated automatically within the application. Right, वहीं से generate हो जाएगा, तो need not worry about that. So this is important step, and that's why it is in industry's first in-app mobile OTP feature that can be very important example for all other banks to protect the customers from cyber fraud. So remember, Axis Bank ने ये चालू किया है. Now moving on to national news. First of all, MOSPI has launched revamped micro data portal NSS Training Academy website. So MOSPI has launched a revamped microdata portal during a conference of state government ministers. Now, this portal will be serving as a central repository for extensive statistical data collected from national surveys, economic census, and overcomes the technological limitations faced by the previous portal. तो पहले जो portal था उसमें कुछ technical glitches they were emerging, so that's why this portal has been launched. And repository, you all know, is a collection of data where all the data is stored. So it would be having all these statistical data which is collected by the ministry via different census, surveys. So this is the central repository. Also, in collaboration with the World Bank technology team, MOSPI has adopted a modern scalable technology stack that not only ensures compliance with the latest security standards, but also supports a responsive design and data access mechanism. तो इसके लिए किसके साथ collaboration किया है? World Bank technology team. Okay, they have collaborated with World Bank technology team. Remember this thing. Then next is time use survey. So there is a survey on usage of time which says Delhi residents spend 563 minutes daily on work related activities. सबसे ज़्यादा work related activities में Delhi residents are spending the time. So time use survey 2024 reveals that Delhi's residents are more time intensive in their daily routines. With 563 minutes spent on employment and related activities, they significantly surpass the national average of 440. National average 440 minutes का है, but Delhi residents, they are spending 563 minutes on employment and related activities, right? Also, Goa has followed closely with 536. Nagaland spends lowest, which is 329, right? Nagaland का सबसे कम टाइम है इन एक्टिविटीज पे, which is 329, and the data is coming from Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. MOSPI से ये data आ रहा है. Then next one is President has given assent to the Waqf Amendment Act 2025, right? तो President का assent मिल गया है, that's why this is now an act. So President has given her assent to the Waqf Amendment Bill 2025, which was passed by the Parliament, and after the assent, of course, it has become a law. In this, the central government, through this new law, they want to do what? They aim to introduce significant reforms in enhancing the governance, transparency and efficiency of Waqf property management in the country. Waqf board जो प्रॉपर्टी मैनेज करता है उसमें दे वांट टू ब्रिंग इन मोर ट्रांसपेरेंसी, राइट? ट्रांसपेरेंसी, मोर पार्टिसिपेशन, more effective governance. This is why the law has been amended, right? What are the key changes? So they have redefined the formation itself of the Waqf board, improving the survey and registration process, property का जो भी survey registration process होगा, empowering government oversight onto the properties, ensuring inclusivity कैसे? By incorporating non-Muslim members and women into Waqf related bodies. They will now be incorporating non-Muslim members as well as women into the Waqf related bodies, so they want to enhance inclusivity as well apart from the governance and transparency, right? So remember this thing. Then next is BEML launches indigenously designed motor grader. This is the image you can see. BEML Limited has launched its indigenously designed and developed motor grader BG1205 at the Mysuru complex. That's it about it. इससे ज़्यादा आपको कुछ ध्यान नहीं रखना. Image आपने देख ही लिया, so it would be there into your mind. Then moving on to state news. State news में Haryana to develop film city in 2 phases. Haryana is set to develop film city. Film city develop करेंगे in 2 phases to promote film industry and support the artists. So the state of Haryana is set to develop film city, right? The first phase will be established in Pinjore in the Panchkula district, and second phase would be developed in Gurugram. Next is Delhi has become 35th state to implement Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Remember the number here. Delhi has become which number of the state UT combined we are talking about, not separately states, state UTs combined. 35th number of state/UT to implement. So you know that Delhi is the 35th in the series. So we are saying it is combined state and UTs. That's why 35th. To implement the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana after the National Health Authority of the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare entered into an MOU with Delhi government. तो आपको पता है recently MOU sign हुआ था, right, where they will be providing 10 lakh, in which 5 lakh would be provided by the center and 5 lakh would be by the Delhi government. So remember 35th number. Then next one is Delhi Metro to launch India's first 3-coach train line by 2028. 3-coach metro line they are preparing to launch by 2028. It would be India's first 3-coach metro line, okay, corridor. It will be operating on the Lajpat Nagar Saket G block route. Next, moving on to international news. First one is Prime Minister has launched 2 India assisted railway projects. Where? So Prime Minister has launched these 2 India assisted railway projects in Sri Lanka. Remember, Sri Lanka में India assisted railway projects launch किए हैं Prime Minister ने. 2 projects हैं. 128 kilometer Maho Omanthai railway line. Also construction of an advanced signaling system from Maho to Anuradhapura. Right? These 2 projects have been inaugurated recently. Then Brazil proposes Global Climate Council ahead of COP30. So remember, Brazil ने propose किया है creation of a new international body to accelerate global climate action ahead of the COP30. So conference of parties is scheduled to be held in 2025 in Belém, Brazil. This is very important in itself. The fact is important in itself. Remember, कहाँ पर कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टी होना है, विच एडिशन इट वुड बी देयर, 30th एडिशन होगा, बेलेम ब्राजील में होगा, राइट. इस नई बॉडी की जो ये बात कर रहे हैं टू सेट अप द इंटरनेशनल बॉडी, दे आर सजेस्टिंग दिस टू फॉर्म अ क्लाइमेट चेंज काउंसिल अंडर द UNFCCC to fast track the decisions made at COP meetings and better coordinate the international affairs. So Brazil is saying कि इस organization से we will be spearheading this process of implementing all these decisions taken at the conference of parties, right? आपको ध्यान रखना है COP30 कहाँ होना है, बेलेम ब्राजील में होना है 2025. Then next is India, Sri Lanka, UAE. They unveil ambitious initiative for energy cooperation. India, Sri Lanka and UAE. So India, Sri Lanka and UAE formed up. They have collaborated on an ambitious agreement to develop Trincomalee, Sri Lanka as an energy hub. Sri Lanka में Trincomalee, they will be developing it as energy hub. ठीक है? And remember, UAE is a major energy partner for India. They will be assisting Sri Lanka in developing Trincomalee as major energy hub. Now moving on to defense segment, let's see what do we have. So new nuclear submarine base to be commissioned in Andhra Pradesh in 2026. The government, India is set to establish a new naval base for the nuclear submarines and warships in Andhra Pradesh. तो हम प्लान कर रहे हैं by 2026 Andhra Pradesh में we will be having a new nuclear submarine and warship base, right? It will be located near the coastal village of Rambili. And presently हमारे पास जो है कारवार base है कर्नाटका में. This is separate one. Another one is being planned in Andhra Pradesh, remember. By 2026, presently we have this Karwar base in Karnataka under project Seabird. ये वेस्ट कोस्ट को सेफगार्ड करता है. इट वुड बी फॉर द ईस्ट कोस्ट. तो कर्नाटका में जो अभी हमारे पास है, इट इज सेफगार्डिंग द वेस्ट कोस्ट. द प्रपोज्ड वन वुड बी फॉर द ईस्ट कोस्ट. Then INS Turkish has undertaken pacts with New Zealand Navy in the Gulf of Aden. What is this pacts? Remember, so India's Navy stealth frigate INS Turkish has participated in pacts with the Royal Navy, Royal New Zealand Navy's Anzac class frigate Te Kaha in Gulf of Aden. So ये एक एक्सरसाइज थी जिसमें इंडिया के नेवी स्टील्थ फ्रिगेट INS तरकश ने पार्टिसिपेट किया है. नाम क्या है? पैक्ट्स है. Along with the New Zealand's counterpart, right? This exercise marked the culmination of New Zealand's New Zealand-led CTF 150 joint focused operation Anzac Tiger from 27th March to 4th April, which was a combined maritime forces operation. ठीक है, तो मैरिटाइम फोर्सेस के ऑपरेशंस का ही एक पार्ट है. आपको सिर्फ इतना ध्यान रखना है किसने पार्टिसिपेट किया था, INS तरकश ने. एक्सरसाइज का नाम क्या है, पासिक्स, राइट, जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस मच. देन नेक्स्ट वन इज Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has flagged off INS Sunaina as Indian Ocean Ship Sagar on Maritime Day. So remember, Defense Minister ने ये flag off किया है INS Sunaina, right? INS Sunaina as the Indian Ocean Ship Saga in Karwar Naval Base in Karnataka on 5th April. तो Karwar Naval Base अभी हमने पढ़ा, it is protecting the west coast in Karnataka, यहीं पर commission किया है. Sagar stands for security and growth for all in the region. Remember, Sagar series में Sagar stands for what? Security and growth for all in the region. तो Sunaina आपको ध्यान रखना है. Then next is MOU. MOU, very important MOUs recently have been signed between India and Sri Lanka. India and Sri Lanka, they have signed defense cooperation pacts, right? Power, import and export, digital identity projects पे sign किए हैं. MOU related to standardization and regulation in traditional and modern medicine. Also energy projects के लिए like virtual groundbreaking of the Sampur solar power project, जो एक joint venture है between NTPC and Ceylon Electricity Board. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट के लिए साइन किया है, वेयर दे विल बी इनॉग्रेटिंग अ टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल्ड वेयर हाउस फैसिलिटी एट दम्बुला इन श्रीलंका, दम्बुला में, राइट, रिमेंबर. रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के लिए भी साइन किया है फॉर सोलर रूफटॉप प्रोजेक्ट्स, वेयर दे हैव प्लान टू लॉन्च अ सोलर रूफटॉप इंस्टॉलेशंस ऑफ 5000 रिलीजियस साइट्स अक्रॉस श्रीलंका. So at 5000 religious sites, they will be installing these solar rooftops. India has also decided to reduce the interest rates on loans extended to Sri Lanka. जितने भी loans अभी तक हमने श्रीलंका को दिए, उनकी interest rate they are also planning to reduce under the agreement to help the country reduce its external debt, right? Government of India has also granted 300 crore Indian rupees to implement Sri Lanka's unique digital identity project. So lot of MOUs have been signed. These are some of the important MOUs. Remember what have been highlighted. 300 करोड़ का assistance भी हम grant हमने दिया है, right? So ये loan नहीं है, grant है. Grant is unconditional, right? So this is important, remember. Then next MOU has been signed between Karnataka and government of Chile. So to establish framework for mutual cooperation between Karnataka and Chile in the key areas like emerging technologies, startups, R&D, knowledge exchange, skill development, etc. MOU sign किया है. And remember, Chile becomes the first Latin American country to partner with Karnataka under the Global Innovation Alliance. इस Global Innovation Alliance में participate करने वाला, partner करने वाला, this is the first country, right? Remember that. Now let's talk about awards. So very, very importantly, Sudarshan Patnaik becomes first Indian to win Fred Darrington Sand Art Award. That's why it is very important. Remember, sand art होता है. So renowned Indian sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik has become the first ever Indian to receive this prestigious Fred Darrington Sand Master Award for outstanding sand art skills, and it was presented during the Sand World 2025 International Sand Art Festival conducted in Dorset, England. To mark the occasion, Patnaik has created a 10-foot high sculpture of Lord Ganesha carrying the message of world peace. Remember. Talking about festivals, so there is Madhavpur Ghed Fair in news. You can look at the image. Why is it in news? Because it has started on 6th April in Madhavpur in the Porbandar district of Gujarat. Every year it is celebrated to mark the divine union of Dwarkadhish, Shri Krishna and Rukmani ji, right? So this is the divine union of them. That's why the festival is celebrated. Let's talk about sports. So sports mein we have ISSF World Cup 2025 at Buenos Aires. So remember, Rudraksh Balasaheb Patil has won gold medal in the men's 10-meter air rifle shooting? World Boxing Cup Brazil 2025, India's Hitesh Gulia has bagged men's 70 kg gold at World Boxing Cup 2025 in Brazil. Then if we talk about Japanese Grand Prix 2025, so the winner is Max Verstappen from Red Bull. Japanese Grand Prix 2025. These are the important events and their winners. You can remember them. Appointments. Seema Agrawal has been appointed as Director General of Police of Fire and Rescue Services. Then Shaleen Toshniwal has been appointed as Chairman of Man-Made and Technical Textile Export Promotion Council. This can be important because recently you see technical textiles pe government ka kafi focus hai, right? So this appointment can also be important. Remember Shaleen Toshniwal. Important days mein we have Samta Divas observed on 5th April to remember the birth anniversary of Babu Jagjeevan Ram, who has been a great leader and social reformer. Then World Health Day has been observed recently on 7th April. The theme was Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Future. तो इसकी theme आपको ध्यान रखनी है, Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Futures. So that's it regarding the news. Now let's talk about the top 5 MCQs, everyone. I want all of you to answer them quickly. So first question, India's central bank has kept the investment limits unchanged for the foreign portfolio investors in government and corporate bonds for fiscal year 2025-26. RBI has maintained the existing cap of 6% for the government securities. You have to tell me how much percentage would be allowed for state government securities, and 15% is there for the corporate bonds. Very good. So in state government securities, it would be 2%, right? Option A, 2%. Very good. Next question. Which of the following bank recently has introduced industry's first in-application mobile OTP feature on its mobile app Open? Open जो application का नाम है, उस पे पहला in-application OTP facility इन्होंने चालू किया है. Which bank? Everyone? Very good. The correct answer is Axis Bank, right? Option D, Axis Bank. Next one. According to the Time Use Survey 2024, which of the following cities' residents are more time intensive in their daily routines? With 563 minutes spent on employment and related activities, which is higher than the national average itself. Very good. It is Delhi. And remember, Delhi is closely followed by Goa, and the least time intensive would be Nagaland. Next one. Delhi has become which number of UT or state to implement the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Arogya Yojana? UT states combined. Yes, very good. So Delhi stands at 35th. 35th number, right, to implement this. Then renowned sand artist, who among the following has become the first Indian to receive the prestigious Fred Darrington Sand Master Award? Manas Kumar Sahu, Sudarshan Patnaik, Brenton Donovan, Mark Trainer. The correct option would be, very good, Sudarshan Patnaik. Remember, Sudarshan Patnaik. This is your learning exercise. World Health Day, celebrated on 7th April, has the theme, which of the following? So, which of the following has been the theme of the World Health Day recently observed on 7th of April? This is the homework question. All of you will be telling me the answer in the comment section. In the last class which we have had, I gave you this question that SEBI has issued the framework for registration as PERV body that will verify claims and performance by investment advisors, research analysts and algo providers. Now, to be eligible to act as a PERV, the credit rating agency must have been in existence for 15 years, have a net worth of rupees 100 crores, and at least how many issuers? 250. Yes, so 250 is the right answer here, everyone. Mahesh Rao, Amrita, and Tanmay, you have provided the right answer. Okay, sorry, Amritansh Gautam, Mahesh Rao and Tanmay. Yeah, so 250 is the correct answer. Remember, ये चीजें आपको ध्यान रखनी है. That's it for today's session. I hope you have enjoyed the class. I'll see you all in the next session. Till then, have a good day. Thank you so much for staying tuned. यूएस फॉर दिस पर्पस टैरिफ जो कैलकुलेट किए इन्होंने वो रेसिप्रोकल है. रेसिप्रोकल मतलब जो इंडिया ने लगा रखे हैं उनके प्रोडक्ट्स पे, उसके बेसिस पे कि ठीक है आपने इतना टैरिफ लगाया हम इतना लगा देते हैं. उसका कोई सेट क्राइटेरिया नहीं होता है कैलकुलेशन का, राइट. अभी जो निकल के आ रहा है इट इज इन रेसिप्रोसिटी. ऑल्सो इन चीजों में आपको जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. डोंट गो इन अननेसेसरी डिटेल्स एवरीवन, प्लीज. सिर्फ remember whatever is of importance, because this is competitive examination you are preparing for, right? You are not preparing for any academic examination. You need not be an expert into how these things are calculated and all. You just remember, just remember कि ये चीजें हैं उनका क्या implication होता है. बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट आपका क्लियर होना चाहिए. बहुत ज्यादा कैलकुलेशंस वगैरह में आपको नहीं जाना है, एवरीवन. और बस इसमें इतना ध्यान रखना है कि रेसिप्रोकल है इन रिस्पॉन्स टू व्हाट इंडिया हैज आल्सो इम्पोज्ड अर्लियर. दैट्स इट. ऑल राइट एवरीवन, थैंक यू सो मच. आई विल सी यू टुमारो in the next class.